Hey, this is Scott Neal, and today I want to discuss with you 3 tips for ensuring a successful home sale. So you've decided that you want to sell your home, and if you're like every other seller in the marketplace, you want the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles. So how do you go about doing that? Well, there's over 100 different variables that are involved in the home selling process, and you really need to be able to proactively manage each and every one of those individual items in order to be able to ensure that you do get the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassle. And each one of those variables are spread across 4 distinct phases of the home selling process: preparation, marketing, negotiations, and closing. And today we're going to be focusing on the preparation phase of the home selling process. And the preparation phase has 3 steps. The first is an ROI analysis. ROI stands for return on investment. The second is condition, and the third is showability. So let's talk about the ROI analysis. It all starts with having a little bit of market knowledge. You really need to understand what is happening in the market so that you can then decide how you're going to go about preparing your home for sale. And market knowledge is simply just studying some of the stats. You'd like to know, are you in a seller's market? Are you in a buyer's market? Or are things kind of stagnant and not really moving all that much? Secondly, you really need to figure out what are the comps telling you that your home is worth, so the comparable sales. The way that your home is valued is based off of what's called the comparison approach. And that is, what did the house down the street that's most like yours sell for most recently, and that's going to give you a pretty good idea of the fair market value of your home. Now, the next thing you need to decide is, do I want to sell my home as is, or do I want to go through some level of repairs and renovations? And now that I've been a part of hundreds of real estate transactions, I've seen it all. I've seen pristine homes that are almost kind of overbuilt for the neighborhood. They are certainly, without a doubt, the most beautiful homes in the neighborhood. And then I've also been inside some real dogs out there. I mean, some homes that people just have not kept up with, that have all kinds of deferred maintenance, not to mention that all the styling of the home is 20 to 30 years out of date, and everything in between. And so what I believe that you should decide from that moment is not so much what you want to do, but what's the most prudent thing to do. Most people don't want to really have to do all of that much. Other people are wondering, what should we do? I meet with sellers all the time, and they ask me a whole host of questions. Hey, we were thinking about putting in a new fence. Should we do that? Hey, we were thinking about painting this room. Should we do that? Hey, we were thinking about putting in some hardwood floors. Should we do that? Well, the answer is, it depends. What does it depend on? Well, it depends on a couple of different things, like what's normal in your neighborhood, what is the new home builder down the street offering for their price, but it all kind of boils down to a return on investment strategy. So I believe that from the moment that you've decided to sell your home, every dollar that you spend on that home should now be viewed as an investment. And that's everything from how long are we going to have to sit here and wait for our home to sell, to should I put in those hardwood floors. And I believe that you should be looking for a minimum of 150% plus returns on your investment. So that means for every dollar that you spend in the preparation to get your home for sale, you should expect to get at least $1.50 back or more. Otherwise, it might be better for you to just take the discount. So if you're planning on spending $12,000 putting in hardwood floors, you should expect to be able to get another, say, $16,000 or $17,000 back on the price that you're going to be able to list for. Otherwise, maybe it's better if you just let the buyers put in the floors that they want afterwards. And only then, once you've decided how you're going to prepare your home for sale, can you then come up with your pricing strategy. Now, step number 2 in preparation is figuring out the true condition of your property. And for this reason, we recommend that everybody who's about to list their home for sale go ahead and hire a home inspector to inspect their home prior to putting it on the market. So this is the same type of home inspection that you would get if you were buying the home. Now think of it like this. This is going to do a couple of different things for you. Number one, it's going to show you the true condition of that property through the eyes of the buyer. Number two, it's going to help you set up a preemptive negotiation strategy. Number three, it's going to help you identify the deal killers. And number four, it's going to help you sell the property as is once you start negotiating. The number one reason why home sales fall apart or terminate altogether is because of what happens during that home inspection. So if you can imagine going ahead and doing all of that work for the buyer up front when they're really excited about buying your home, it's going to help you keep the deal together and negotiate a better deal for you in the long run. Now, the third step in the preparation phase is paying attention to your showability. So you've got condition and you've got showability. Condition is how the property is, what's wrong with the property, what's good about the property. The showability is how does the buyer feel about it when they're walking through. So buyers typically are not making their decision based on the age of the roof or the age of the air conditioning system. They're typically making their decision based on how does the property look and feel, and that's relative to everything else that they're looking at. So you as a seller are always in a price war and a beauty contest. Sometimes that beauty contest is a little bit more stringent than other times. Other times you have a little bit less competition, but you're always in a price war and a beauty contest. And so when buyers show up, you want to make sure that you at least match expectations of what they were hoping to see when they came through. And so perception is reality, and we want to try to increase the perceived value of your home as much as possible. And this is all done through the staging process. Staging is all about making sure that you've got great curb appeal. When they walk through the home, how does it look, smell, and feel? And if we can do a great job of that, then the statistics are going to prove that staged homes versus unstaged homes will sell for 7% more and in 50% of the time. And so if you can pay attention to all of those things, this is going to help your marketing, it's going to help your negotiations, and in the long run, you will put more money in your pocket in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles. So come back and we'll talk to you about some other phases of the home buying or home selling process, the marketing, the negotiations, and the close. But again, this is what you should do to prepare your home for sale. And I really do think that this preparation phase is the most important phase to you as a home seller if you're looking at maximizing your potential profit in the shortest amount of time without all the headaches of some of the other sellers that might be in the market. So if you have any questions about how this plays into your specific situation, if you want to know what's going on in the market, or if you'd like for us to give you a free home evaluation, give us a call, 214-295-5060, or you can visit us on the web, send us an email, info@scottnealrealestate.com. We'd love to talk with you. We'd love to show you how we can help you get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassles with our worry-free listing program. Thanks. Come back and watch some more videos, and happy selling.